What is up, you guys? Thank you guys for chilling with me on this Token with Mojo, where we are token every single day. Guys, today, like I said I was going to do, hold up, real quick, boom. You already know, we're going to freaking do a reaction to the freaking the dark, sad life of Boogie2988. Now, I did say I was going to freaking do a freaking video about it, so we're going to be here doing this. If you guys want to, freaking watch my whole reaction, low key. Boogie does not like black people, so hey, you're gonna get me a reaction to him pretty much revealing that kind of shit and everything like that. So let's get into this video, man.
Regret I will ever have is knowing that I had a job that
Got me some coffee.
every person in the world would fucking kill for, and I fucked it up. I'm gonna be mad about that till I go to the fucking grave.
Seriously, dude. Be mad about that shit.
Boogie2988, he's a legend of YouTube. He's been around forever.
Real quick before we get into this, let's freaking look at, well, I don't have my sponsor up just yet, but guys, this video is sponsored by Dab Smarts, and check out some of the coffee we got in the background here, guys. I just picked up some of this coffee real quick. It's fucking dope. I picked this up at what, World Market? They got it at World Market, so I picked some of that up, and it's been pretty fire. That, and I just freaking did a video about the newest Funko Pop that I just got, so I just did an unboxing on that. Alright, let's get into this sad documentary. I mean, this thing is like 55 minutes long, man. Oh my god. 55 minutes long, man. Got me some ganja. And we smoking up a joint.
There was one girl, I don't know if I should talk about this, Mike, but I'm going to. There was one girl that I dated. She liked a lot of childish things. She liked rubber ducks. That's why I have some of these rubber ducks. And one of my favorite memories with her is us sitting in this tub, her playing with rubber ducks as I washed her, and then when we got out, I took her to bed. One of the best nights of my life, Mike. Happened right here.
Low key, I think we start to figure out who this chick was as you go through the documentary and shit like that. It's fucking ridiculous. Alright, now, let's see here. It says, in 2019, Boogie had over $750,000 in his fucking savings account. What the fuck?
Yeah, so when it comes to financial approach, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Money comes in, money goes out. For the longest time, my ex-wife handled that shit, but then I got divorced. I don't know where my money is. I don't know what it's doing. The only thing I've ever done with it is I threw it into crypto and then lost a shitload of it.
Okay, so real quick, shout out to people that's working on their freaking finances and shit. I'm not going to get into the shit that's in the background of me and everything, but let's just say I've been trying to get my homegirl up on her shit, and she freaking hit me up, and she was like, yo, just because of the shit that you be helping me out with and everything like that in the background, telling me to get a credit card, all that kind of shit, and really paying off the minimum and all that, make sure all your credit card's paid off, homegirl is going up in credit score. I'm not going to tell you all the details and stuff like that, but I do, I got like a credit lender and shit like that. I do little things in the background. To hear me hear this guy say, like, oh, I don't have any, like, thing to do with money. I have no idea to do with money. I'm like, dude, you, like, when I first watched this documentary, I was doing my finances, and I stopped, and I was like, skirt. I ain't doing as bad as him. Like, I ain't doing as bad as him. Like, god damn, dude. God damn. Let's get back into this.
Well, here's everything. If you want to see, there's $2,758 in my bank account right now. And let's see if mortgages come out yet. So tomorrow, when they take mortgage out, I'll have about $700 to live off of until the 20th, when I get paid again from YouTube. So I'm just going to live off of $700. And I'll probably sell some cards along the way and
Honestly,
use that money to make ends meet as well.
honestly, depending on it, like, I mean, let's be honest, people. Some of us, we living from paycheck to paycheck. $700 every 2 weeks, that's decent. That ain't too bad. But if this man is like, oh, I got $700 to live on for a month, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I have a credit card with them that I owe $600 on.
Phew.
And on top of that, I still owe $163,000 on my house. I think my net worth is zero. Once you pull the equity out of the house, get rid of the house.
Let's check this out. Okay, equity, cash. What until the freaking mortgage is taken out. Crypto. You still got crypto. Collectibles. I mean, if you know what you're doing with the collectibles, you can make that money grow. But I mean, this guy does not know what the fuck he's doing with his collectibles, especially if he could resell like at least some of them. Come on. Let's see here. Home debt and credit card, $700.
That sell off all my
Net
collectibles
value.
and pay off all my debts. I think that puts me at $0.
I have a bigger net value than Boogie2992. What is it? 9288. Like, this is fucking crazy. I'm a fucking average Joe, and my net value is more than fucking Boogie's. Like, you've had more money than I could fucking fathom in my life, and you have an absolute net value of $0. What the fuck did you do?
Shit. I'm worthless.
Yeah. Get a job, motherfucker. Get a job.
Yeah, this is the hard part. Back to reality.
That's every Monday for us, isn't that right, boys? Every Monday, back to reality. You off on the weekend and you back to work on Monday and you're like, fuck.
But my best feature, this is the one the ladies love. I call it my meat apron.
Ugh.
I have 2
Ugh.
meat curtains. There's a second one. I have
And you're
2
laughing about it.
glorious meat curtains. I don't like showing it to people, and people don't like seeing it. So that's why I'm going to die alone.
Dude. Look, these are glorious meat curtains.
Well,
Like,
my real name is
dude.
Steve Williams. I'm known online as Boogie2988 because there's a lot of famous Steve Williamses, and I'm not one of them, right?
Alright,
I
so
started a
real quick,
YouTube
sorry
channel
for the-
back in
you can hear a little bit
2006, right at the very
everything.
beginning.
I got me a decent ass
And
fucking mic, and I got that
I
bitch literally
got
over
famous
here. And you can
for
still hear me.
comedy sketches as well as like life vlogs and just sharing my personal life with other people.
What's up,
There we go.
ladies
A
and
little bit
gentlemen of
better.
YouTube?
A little bit better,
Boogie2988
so.
coming at you.
My ankle on my left leg, and but that's just the kind of woman I married. So give her some love in the comment section. Give her as much money as I used to make, and it's not exactly enough to make ends meet.
Damn.
This is where I spend 6 to 8 hours a day trying to figure out how to save my career.
What's up? Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988 coming at you. I was getting to the power of the
Okay,
internet.
so real quick, do I want to make this whole YouTube thing a career? Honestly, I got a career in the background. I got a full-time job, career in the background. This is just something that I do as a hobby. Like, if it becomes a business and shit like that, great, awesome. But am I setting myself out to be like some kind of crazy popular YouTuber? Nah, this is just a hobby. Like, if it turned out that I had to freaking tell my job, like, look, I gotta go to conferences and shit like this because I have companies that are paying me to go, and they're paying me more than you're paying me, then yo, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, I work a full-time job, and let's just say after me passing this drug test or me getting through this drug test, man, I really am going for the apprenticeship program. Get me up in that bitch and become me a mechanic and stuff like that, boy. So that's what I want to be shooting for.
Today, let's talk a little bit about why you got to do better than I did, right? I've told the audience, I've told you guys, I've told everybody, this is the center of my world, right here in this recliner with my dogs, watching television, playing video games on that television. But the other day, the audio on this TV started to go out, and whenever it would make like S sounds, it would crackle. And so I know I'm budgeting, but I immediately went to Amazon and bought a sound bar for $100.
That's not budgeting.
And then the next day, the TV stopped crackling.
Budgeting would be like what I'm doing right now, where I can afford to buy me wireless headphones for like $20 or $30, but I'm like, all right, well, can I push that off like another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Like, you know, I'm using these headphones right now. These aren't bad. I mean, these GVC headphones, they kind of go in and out a little bit, but they're not bad. I could go out and get me a brand new set of headphones, but at the end of the day, I'm also looking at it like Christmas is right around the corner. Do I need to go out and buy a $100 pair of headphones? No, that is not budgeting at all. Like, for this man to go and be like, oh, I was budgeting, I should be budgeting, so I bought $100 sound bar. You're not budgeting. You're just freaking doing whatever the fuck you want and hoping that life will fucking turn around so you can spend more money.
And now I have a $100 sound bar that I don't need. But I know I'm supposed to be budgeting right now, but because that's my TV, because that's my only source of entertainment, because it's the only thing I do, it's one of the only things that bring me peace. Like, I'm like, I have to be able to hear my fucking TV. But that's every addict, right? Like Mitch Hedberg said, I'll just do enough heroin. And then he like OD'd on heroin, right?
Yeah.
So I guess every addict tries to manage the addiction, but I don't know, man.
I got an
We were
addiction.
talking about compulsive spending a minute ago?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Dude, I spend a lot of...
Like, my addiction is straight up coffee. Like, I love me some coffee. Like, I got 2 different types of coffee. I got pour over. I got me... I'm not going to go over and get me the Keurig. It's just a waste of fucking money. But, I got me one of those motto pots that you can freaking buy in any store. It's like old school espresso and shit like that. That's cool. Now, everybody else is like, oh man, you go crazy for coffee. Yes, I fucking do. I love coffee. I love the history behind coffee. I love coffee. I've drank like 4 or 5 cups of coffee. I think I'm on my like 4th or 5th cup of coffee this morning, and it's my day. Oh, I love me some coffee.
a lot of money on stuff. But you know where a lot of the money went? And like it felt really compulsive at the time?
Strippers. Whores. $200,000 and sex workers across the United States. Hold up, let's go back. $200,000.
I am a former sex worker escort, and Boogie2988 was one of my clients. I'm from LA, and I get a message on this website, you can probably guess which one, from this guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to fancy dinners, and I took them to like Disneyland and shit.
$40,000 a year.
He bought me dinner, he got me a purse that we were talking about over messages, and he got me a couple gift cards, and he spent well over $5,000 on just that night.
$5,000.
You know the rules. The rules are we're going to go out and eat. We're going to have dinner. Maybe we're going to fuck. And you're going to enjoy a nice lifestyle that you don't normally get to enjoy.
So he was really funny, and definitely tell he was nervous. He did eat a lot of food. I'm pretty sure he got 2 entrees, which was very unique.
It's not a revelation. I
Even
like
the
beautiful
freaking
women.
waiters like
I
this
like to hang
motherfucker,
out
too
with
much
beautiful
race.
women. Fuck beautiful women. We all do. I never got to do that. The women I dated were pretty, sure. But they were like Arkansas 8s, not LA 10s. With sugaring, I got to fuck some LA 10s, and I think...
Okay, so real quick, this is going for all average women out there. Guys, you don't need to go after these freaking 10s and shit like that. I'm pretty sure that if you go after one of these 10s, dude, they're gonna spend all your money. you're going to be looking back like, where's all my money at? What the fuck happened? And they're going to be gone probably on some other dude real quick. These freaking women, they're average looking and shit. They just want some attention. They just want people to just, like, you know, give them a little bit of respect and all that shit. Plus, some of them are even on their own grind, too. So if you just push them a little bit, just be like, yo, go in the right direction. Next thing you know, they're getting paid more than you. Their credit score is higher than you. And they're the ones that are taking you out to eat, shit like that, versus you're taking them out to eat. They're telling you money's no object. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, they're buying you stuff, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, for these guys to be like, oh, well, I need a 10. Well, dude, you're gonna be spending 10 money. Like, you're gonna be spending grand. Well, average guys like us, we're spending like a couple of $100, and our ladies are like, look, take me out to the comic book store, take me out to eat, you know, take me out to the winery. And you're not going to the winery like every freaking weekend. You're going out to the winery like once a season or something like that, when you really do got the money to blow down. So, like, stop going after all of these fucking tens. And let's be honest, some of these ladies that are really like, you know what I mean? Some of them aren't really out there like showing their shit. Some of them are really like hiding their stuff underneath. Some of them don't even know that they look that good. And you'll be like, God damn. And they be like, I didn't even know. And you're just like, shit. You know what I mean?
I think that's cool.
We got back to the hotel, and I do regret to say that I slept with Boogie2988. Overall, the experience, and I don't mean to fat shame or anything, but there was rules upon rules upon rules, and it took me a lot of time to find a stay.
That's fucked up.
I am now married with 2 kids, and sleeping with Boogie is one of the reasons I quit sex work.
Jeez, Boogie made this woman quit sex work. Like, what
Is that
the
sexist to me?
fuck,
Sure.
dude?
Is that womanizing to me? Sure. I don't really care. I'm a 48-year-old man. I never got to fuck a model. This let me fuck a couple of models. Is that wrong?
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with Boogie on that point. Like, every man wants to fuck. Like,
Here we have some of the
beautiful
women in this area that are local and
But
ready to
some
go
of them,
out. They'll go to dinner
sometimes
with
you just
you.
go a little
They'll
bit.
go to a show with you. Maybe they'll come back to your place. But they are expecting something in exchange.
money.
But then it's window shopping, right? Like any other meat market like Tinder, you kind of scroll down the list of photos until you find someone that looks interesting to you. I think this girl's really cute. Oh yeah, yeah. She's definitely a little thicker than I necessarily would always go for, but there's nothing wrong with that. So I deserve to go to Disneyland with a beautiful girl, right? I deserve to go to New York and explore Times Square with a beautiful girl, right? Like, I deserve that, and I want that, and I've never had it. Man, if I had that money
I
back,
don't know if you could say that you deserve
That would
that,
be
but I
half
could
of
say
my
that you could
mortgage.
earn that shit. Like, you
that
work hard enough for
$1,000
that
is my
shit.
entire health
You
insurance.
set up like good communications and
I
shit
don't know
like
what the
that.
prostitutes
Like,
did
you know what I
with it,
mean?
and I hope they spend it in good health.
Like, I don't think that Boogie is right about that when he's like, I deserve this, I deserve this. Dude, I deserve to freaking have like thousands of people watching my videos and shit like that. But I gotta earn it. I gotta fucking grind. I gotta fucking, like, you know, talk to the right people, find my audience and stuff like that. So for this man to be like, I deserve to be walking down Times Square with the most beautiful woman ever, I don't think that's true. I think that you need to just, like, you need to earn that shit. Like, you need to work hard and fucking work on yourself and all that kind of shit. And then, like, one day you'll be walking down, like New York, and you'll be like, holy shit. Like, it'll be one of those incidences where you take a second to, like, step back and you're like, oh shit, I'm totally here. But then you're so busy doing your own shit. You're so busy doing other things that you're like on the way to like some kind of event or some kind of Comic-Con or something like that, and you're like with like a bunch of cool people and like a beautiful chick and shit like that, and you're taking like a second. You're just like, hold up, and you're like, what? I finally fucking made it. Holy shit. And then you keep on walking, you know what I mean? Something like that. So, but real quick, I just also want to shout out to Dab Smarts, guys. I'm using the freaking dumpster as a freaking ashtray. Dog, I love Dab Smarts. Just hit them up, man. Freaking check out Dab Smarts. They gonna be down in the links below.
But I could use that shit right now. You know? You want to go for a walk? See, you can. He
I love his
knows.
dogs. I love.
You can't
I love
tell me he doesn't
I love
know.
small dogs. That's just my weakness. Like I love
Leo
pugs. I
up,
love small
baby, I
dogs.
know. We'll go in a
Goddamn,
second.
my girlfriend looked at me
Gotta pet
today.
your
It was
brother.
like next November, adoption November. We gonna get a dog, and I was like,
He's
"You
great.
sure?" She was like, "We gonna be ready.
He's actually,
we will be
I
ready to
actually
get a
really love him a
dog."
lot.
And I'm like, as soon as he steps in the house, he gonna be one of the most spoiled motherfuckers alive. So
I know how much
hopefully
it's
this
gonna
time
mean
next
to
year,
you
y'all be seeing a
once
dog
I
around the
have to
house.
Sell them to be able to live.
So selling off these things kind of sucks. Because I've been playing Magic for 30 years, and some of the cards in this box,
Gold mine.
I opened back in 1994. I opened them in like 96.
Gold
And
mine.
I've held on to them ever since, and that's like they're a piece of my childhood. They're a piece of my history. I thought I was going to get buried with this stuff. This is my stuff. This is
Like if I knew what like the selling market of like Magic the Gathering and all that kind of shit when I was young, I would have probably invested into that. That would have been a good way for me to learn about money and investing and all that kind of stuff. And even I had a friend of mine in the past. We got into Magic the Gathering, and he was one of those people that he'd spend like $200-$300 on a deck, and he'd wipe the floor with me. But I had to explain to him, like, look, dude, I'm not playing the game to like win every time. I'm playing the game so we can get stoned and play and have fun and, you know, think strategic ways. You're just blowing the floor. You're just blowing everybody out of the fucking gate, and nobody can really play the game. That's honestly why I haven't gotten into Magic the Gathering anymore. I mean, they got Jurassic Park, they got dinosaurs, they got wizards, all that shit. I need to play that game. But it was really just from that motherfucker. Like, I think it was the Azari or something, the Unalak. Fuck, man, it was the colorless fucking creatures that took over the fucking world every fucking time that you played them. I fucking hated those creatures, man, for like the longest time. This is like after they came out. The game was dominated by them forever. I was playing like blue-green deck, and they were like, they take over my whole forest and shit like that. I could barely play anything and all that kind of shit. I hated it. As soon as they changed the fucking format, or as soon as they changed it to something different, I was like, fuck it, thank you, Magic the Gathering. Fuck, man, I hated those kind of creatures, man. So I need to get back into that shit.
Because this is part of me. And I made some money off of YouTube last month, but I did not make enough. Without a sponsor or something like that, I'm not making enough, so we're going to go
Monthly
to
expenses
the game
is
shop.
$6,000.
But this is going to keep me from going out on
What the
on
fuck?
the streets, right? Like, this is going to keep me in the house.
Dog, you got YouTube at least paying you like $2,000. I wish YouTube was paying me. Because of this, YouTube ain't paying me. YouTube hates stoners, so you guys still watch it, boy. Shout out to you, man. But YouTube hates stoners. Man, if YouTube was paying me like $2,000 a month, I'd still have my full-time job. I'd still be doing the streaming and the branding and everything like that. I'd be fucking happy if YouTube paid me like $2,000 a fucking month. I mean, at this point, if I had my sponsors, my fucking, like, YouTube, everything like that, hit me up and shit like that, and they were just like, yo, we're going to give you like $1,000 a month. I'd have invested, use it wisely, make sure my taxes were paid, because federal government, yo, even if you're watching this, yo, try to get on my good shit, try to get good with you guys, you know what I mean? Do the right thing, do the smart thing as an American. You know, do all that shit right. I'd freaking make sure that, like, you know, other people that were underneath me, that were working underneath me and shit, they were fed, they were paid, you know, they were good. So if I ever get up to the point where I'm making money from YouTube or making money from sponsors and all that shit, I don't even think I would quit my full-time job. I just tell them, like, look, dude, like, they'd probably just tell me, like, oh, don't you care about your check? And I'd be like, motherfucker, I'm making $2,000 right now. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you want to get into that, dude? I'm trying to work for the university right now. Like, yo, what's up?
So I think it's bittersweet. I think he would find it bittersweet. He would have wished I'm selling Magic cards on Whatnot. I'm selling collectibles on eBay. I'm selling arcade machines locally. I'll sell it all.
and I'm going to sell enough to help with mortgage.
I'd
But I'm
probably
also
buy
gonna
an
sell enough
arcade machine from
to be able to play Magic tonight.
But I
'Cause
think I'm going to design my
I
own
don't want
arcade
people
machine.
wondering why I'm not there. I don't want people like
Hold up.
knowing I'm broke.
Let's go.
I'll sell it all.
And I'm going to sell enough to help with mortgage. But I'm also going to sell enough to be able to play Magic tonight. Because I don't want people wondering why I'm not there. I don't want people like knowing I'm broke. Like that's embarrassing. I can't afford $30 to play Magic. So I'm spending $30 to play Magic tonight.
I kind of get it, but I think your homies would understand if you couldn't.
Okay,
You know?
so this month I need
I've been
from
told
you
by
about
some people, like,
$1,000
hey, you
to
know, I
make
gotta pay
mortgage.
rent this
So
month. And I'm like,
I need you
I
to
get
pick
it.
out
I'm not
like
fucking mad at you.
$1,000 for the stuff. Like there's a couple of cradles in there.
It's not gonna happen.
There's a City of Traders in there.
It's not gonna happen.
Well,
Man said that he wanted like $1,000 worth. Hold up. We're gonna do a quick freaking test of everything real quick, and then we go come back and shit like that. So real quick, be right back.